Hello children, in the alternating voltage, now we will start alternating voltage applied to capacitor. Let the voltage is applied to a capacitor, then we know V is equal to V naught sin omega t. Equation number first. In the capacitor we know Q is equal to CV, and according to the definition of current, I is equal to d by dt of Q. I is equal to d by dt of Q. Put the value of Q. This is C into V. I is equal to C. We can write here d by dt of V. I is equal to C d by dt of, put the value of V, that is V naught sin omega t. I is equal to, we can write here V naught C d by dt into sin omega t. Differentiation of sin omega t, that is equals to omega into cos omega t. Now we can write as V naught 1 upon omega c into cos omega t. Let we suppose V naught 1 upon omega c is equal to I naught. So we can write here I is equal to I naught, and we can write cos omega t as sin omega t plus pi by 2. This is equation number second. In the equation number first, we have considered that it was the equation number first, V is equal to V naught sin omega t. It was equation number first. If we compare first and second, then phase difference between voltage and current is pi by 2. Phase difference is pi by 2. Plus pi by 2 shows that current leads the voltage by pi by 2. Current leads the voltage by pi by 2. Here we have find that I is equal to, this is I naught cos omega t. Equation for the current in a capacitor is in terms of cosine. Graph between V and I. Then this is for the voltage. For the current, it is like this. This is for the current between V or I and time. For the current, we have start from this point. At when time t is 0, voltage is 0, but current is maximum. Now phasor diagram. Phasor diagram between voltage and current. This is for the V naught. This is for I naught. Current leads the voltage by pi by 2. This is omega t. Now next topic is capacitive reactance. Capacitive reactance, this is XC. XC. We have taken I naught, that is equals to V naught 1 by omega c. According to Ohm's law, we can write I naught is equal to V naught upon R. Then we can see here 1 upon omega c has same dimensions of R. Same dimensions of R. So when current is passing through the capacitor and the capacitor opposes the current, then it is known as capacitive reactance. So we can write here XC is equal to 1 by omega c. So we can define capacitive reactance as effective opposition offered by capacitor to the flow of current. We have two types of current. First, for AC, we can write XC 1 by omega C. Omega is 2 pi nu. For the AC, frequency is finite. In India, it is 50. XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi. This is finite value into C. 1 upon 2 pi finite into C. It will be a very small value. If it is very small value, then Xc will be 0. If Xc is 0, then it means opposition will be 0. So we can say that capacitor do not oppose the AC, so it allow the AC. For the DC current, we can write Xc 1 by 2 pi nu C. For the DC, frequency is 0, so Xc will be 1 by 0, it will be infinite. Opposition will be infinite, so we can say that the capacitor blocks DC and capacitor allow the AC. According to the relation Xc 1 by omega C, which is equal to 2 pi nu C, we can say capacitive reactance inversely proportional to the frequency. If we plot the graph between capacitive reactance and frequency, it is like this curve. Now, power supplied to capacitor. Power supplied to capacitor. First, instantaneous power. Instantaneous power, P is equal to VI, according to equation number first, V naught cos omega t, and I, we have find I naught cos omega t, V is V naught sin omega t. We can write here V naught I naught sin omega t cos omega t. Multiply and divide by 2. V naught I naught by 2. This is sin 2 omega t. Average power, we can write P bar 1 by T 0 to T Pi into dt. 1 by T 0 to T. Value of Pi is V naught I naught by 2 sin 2 omega t dt. 1 by T V naught I naught by 2 0 to T sin 2 omega t into dt. P bar 1 by T V naught I naught by 2. Integration of sin 2 omega t within limits 0 to t, it is 0. So average power consumed, that will be 0. Remember, in capacitor and the inductor, average power consumed is always 0.